everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Today we have the one, the only CJ Evans, the whole Evans Show. How you doing tonight, man?
Man, I just want to tell you thank you for being my guest on the whole Evans show.
Thank you for inviting me, man. I appreciate it. I really do, man. I've never had anybody intro. That was a good intro. I love it. I
I mean,
love it, man.
I'm
I
just
love
saying, man, I take with what I got. You know what I'm saying?
it. Frank Roof starts off already with, "Oh my God, please, Scott." So apparently, you have a fan in Frank Roof.
Hey, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not James Ryan, so I'm not OMG. I'm, the whole Evans show. But thank you. Anyway, I do appreciate you, watching the podcast and everything. I'm excited to be here.
There you go, man. So I'm noticing, man. First thing I noticed right away is the tats, dude. Look at the tats up and down the
Yeah.
arms, man. Are you putting the whole Evans Show on your body? What's going on with that?
I'm gonna be honest with you. With the whole Evans show, that is something that I definitely base a lot of my stuff around. I love the idea of it, and I don't know if I would do a tattoo of it just because we know how this business rolls, and you don't necessarily know that, like, hey, this is what you're going to stick with for your whole life. So I don't want to have that and then be like, well, why do you have that? Well, back when I was, such and such years old, all my tattoos have meaning, and each one has
Okay.
a different thing, part of me that it means this for that or whatever. Like, when you go into my one side's one theme and another side's another. So
Okay.
each one of my tattoos, they mean a lot to me, and each one's got a different story behind it. So anything I put on my body is definitely thought about way ahead of time before it gets put there.
Okay, I love it, man. I love it. So explain. Do us a favor and just explain one of the tattoos, man. Tell us the story about one of the tattoos.
Okay, I believe I'm going to pick. Dang, I'm gonna. You know
You
what?
got so many.
I'm telling you, I think I'm gonna stick with. I'll tell you what. A rough guesstimate of this whole side. So
Okay.
a lot of people don't know this about me, but I have like Cherokee in me down through my family. So I have a wolf with blue eyes here, and then I have another wolf right here with red eyes to do kind of like a yin yang effect. And I always tell my girlfriend, I say, look, I'm the evil looking wolf with the blue eyes because I'm like this bad guy, but I can be pure. But I tell her she's always the more submissive wolf, but she's got red in her eyes because it's her. She's very nice, easygoing, but you don't want to piss her off. And then you get up to like the tree with the full moon behind it because I'm one of those people that's like the minute the full moon hits, I can't sleep. So it's like I figured that's something about me. And then the spooky tree is because I'm a huge fan of like Halloween and anything scary and stuff like that.
Oh man, you love the scary movies?
Yes,
Oh man,
I'm a
this
huge
family, this family watches scary. Well, we love this month, man. The month of October is our favorite month, dude. Me and my daughter right now are gonna start watching the Saw series
oh yeah.
and all that. So yeah, we love October when it comes to movies and watching scary movies. Now you have got a show coming up this Saturday, Ace Round Two. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
know who your opponent is there at Round Two?
I was told this past week, and if you haven't seen my little promo about it, I suggest you hop over to my page and watch it. My next opponent is going to be a fatal four-way elimination match, which means that anybody who doesn't know a lot about wrestling, a fatal four-way match means that all four of you are going to be wrestling. But the thing is that when one person gets, pinned or submitted, that means it goes down to a triple threat match, and then it'll go down to a one-on-one match then to determine the winner. So you really have three different pins or three different submissions throughout the match before a winner is determined. And I'm, in a way, I'm kind of like, this is going to be hard, but at the same time, I kind of feel sorry for those other three guys that got to share the ring with me because, I mean, I won my first title in a triple threat match. So am I really worried? No. I was hitting the gym at 9 o'clock this morning to prepare myself while all of them are asleep or playing video games, or Mark Hazard's out being a Fallout cosplayer, or you got LeBron Cozone, he's over there, he's a college wrestler that thinks he's professional. And then by all means, don't let me forget about the starving animal Leo Wolf, because we all know that he ain't won a match in the last while, so I know he's hungry. but I guess he's just going to die of starvation at the end of this match because I already know who's going home with it. Like it's like I said in the promo, and I'll say it again. It's very basic math. It's literally all you have to do is pin 3 people. And I don't even have to be the one to pin them. I'm going to be, but I don't have to be. So my biggest priority in this match is to go through the entire night and just dwindle down my opponents until finally it's me versus the other guy, and then take him out, man. And one-on-one is what I'm good at. So it doesn't matter. You can throw 3 other people in the match, but I'm still going to do what I do best, and that is put on a show and be the best.
Without a doubt, man. I've seen you wrestle, not in person yet. I'm getting there, but I've seen some of your matches on video, and man, when you say you're the whole Evans show, you do not lie, man. A lot of aerial maneuvers, great ring awareness, man. You got it all. So they're definitely going to have to keep their heads on a swivel when CJ Evans is in the ring, man. For all of those who don't know who CJ Evans is, that are just now tuning into Hashtag Truth for maybe the first time, tell everybody a little something about yourself, man.
Well, the best way I can explain myself, besides being the whole Evans show, is that I am the human highlight reel. When I step in the ring, from the minute that I go into the ropes, I am instantly the best person there, because everything I do, from high flying to ground game, you're going to get the best performance possible, because I hold myself to a very high standard. And if I'm not the best, then I'm going to be the best. So it's like, I tell people all the time, I say, look, you think that this is just a regular match, that you're fighting just some average Joe, but you're not. You're fighting the human highlight reel. This is going to be, whatever match I'm in is going to be the highlight of the night. So that means that it doesn't matter if I'm wrestling the first match on the card, it's going to be the best match of the night. It's going to be the one that everybody paid to see, because I am the one that you paid to see. I know how good I am, and that's just a part of it. It's like I tell people, I say, you know what? I prove myself every time I wrestle. And I know I watched Joe and Tyler come on here last night, and they were talking about like, yeah, well, I want to see your resume, CJ. If you want to see my resume, watch my matches. Half the time they recording them, so watch them. Go back, replay them, and see. That is my resume.
Now, the funny thing is that Joe and them mentioned that, show me your resume, but whenever they show an Ace show, there's about 5 or 6 Evans highlights in there. So, that kind of didn't make sense to me, man. I mean, when they went back and they showed the one, and they showed, and they were advertising that they were going to show the whole thing, what were some of the highlights they showed?
Exactly. And my whole point is that there is a reason why I was the first match on the first show for Alternative Championship Entertainment. I was the first match because they needed to start the show off. They always save the best for last, but see, you don't necessarily have to save the best for last. You have to give people a reason to be there to begin with. Because
and from what I heard after that first match, there was nobody else that came close, man. You set the standard so high that nobody else came close.
I went back and I listened to the Smash the Mat podcast, which I'm actually going to be doing an interview on before this show on Saturday.
Definitely. I am not too proud to do this, man. Smash the Mat is a great podcast. If CJ Evans is going to be on Smash the Mat, please, everybody, go check them out, because this is going to be a great interview.
Thank you. And like I said, I'm going to be on theirs. And they even stated on the last match, they watched me. They didn't even know who I was besides seeing stuff of me on YouTube and stuff. But the minute that they were watching the match, they were like, well, I got a lot more than I expected out of the first match. The first match was crazy. And yeah, a lot of people have been talking to me, well, CJ, you say a lot of stuff, but you ended up losing the first match. I'm like, yeah, but it wasn't really my fault. I mean, I blame more of the ref, because of the fact that he was more worried about my well-being than doing his job. I don't need a babysitter. I need an official. If if I'm not worried about losing, then you shouldn't be worried about my leg getting broke. Like, it's like I'll deal with what comes, but I only need. I mean, it's like Deadpool said. Have you ever seen a one-legged man win an ass whooping contest? I mean, I can do it. I can still kick you. It's just I'm just going to have to jump a little bit higher.
There you go. There you go. And don't you hate that when a referee forgets to do his job, and it just makes the whole match after that just irrelevant, doesn't it? I mean,
it kills
if
it.
you're not there and ready for the 3 count, if you're not ready for the big comeback, the Evan, if you were down for a second, it was because he was probably cheating to begin with. But
I mean,
you got to expect the comeback.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, when I'm down on the mat, and a lot of people say, "Well, CJ, you tapped." I didn't really tap. It was more of I was checking to make sure that the mat was right for the future wrestlers that were coming in that night, because I didn't want to see them get hurt. That was me being like, "Hey, look, I'm not worried about wrestling you tonight. I have one opponent, and I'm already whooping him, and I just want to make sure, hey, it feels all right. We'll be all right. We can make it work tonight."
Joseph said once in Japan. There's got to be a story behind that.
He's probably referring to where I'll be one day. I mean, New Japan.
Oh, snap. Foo, man. Once in Japan. There you go. Hey. That I would love to see you fight some of them Japanese wrestlers over there. You would, man, take the whole Evans show worldwide, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Can you say trademark? I can.
There you go. I just went blurry. I love my camera. My camera just, I'm so ugly my camera goes blurry sometimes. But that's okay. Now, I've got to ask you, sir, where you everywhere you go, you wear them shades, man. What's up with the shades?
I'm going to be honest with you, man. These shades, everybody's been saying, "Why have you been wearing those?" Like, ever since you started on Ace, you've been coming out with those. And I'm going to tell you, it's because my future is so bright that I have to cover my eyes so I don't go blind. My future is that bright that I literally have to have these on when I come out. I mean, I'm that good.
Joseph Edwards said Titus Worldwide is more like it. Oh.
But I didn't get my trademark from tripping and sliding up under the ring. I mean, you know what I'm saying.
And hey, and Titus is still getting paid now. Titus is a WWE superstar.
That is true. That is true.
I mean, even though he got drafted in the 7th round last week, he's still a superstar.
I saw that. I was like, way to save it's definitely saved him for like the last 5 people. And he was like, "Yeah, Titus drafted." I'm like, well, he's not a free agent. Okay.
At least he didn't have to run around screaming, "I got kids," to get a job, man.
Yeah, I mean that is definitely one of the low parts. Because when I saw that, I was like, okay, look, man, I might be cocky, but that's because I'm good. Like, you're just being pitiful. Like, I mean, come on now. It's like we all got. Look, you got kids, I got problems, but I don't tell people to give me money for it. Like,
right there you go. That's what I'm saying, man. At least you're not begging. You already know you're gonna get booked. So if they want a good show, they're gonna book you. That's what I'm saying.
It's like, are you really hurting me by not booking me on your show? I mean, oh God, a bunch of people showed up to watch CJ wrestle. Oh God, CJ put on the best match of the night. Oh God, CJ gave us a bunch of footage to promote our brand on social media. Oh, I know it must be rough. It must be rough.
It must be, man. Eventually, CJ is going to hold some gold, and we're going to talk about that next. I hear there is a match in your near future for a little bit of championship gold. Tell us about that.
Man, look, I'll tell you the best way I can put it is I'm going to put my body to the best of my ability on whatever I do to give me any kind of push I can. Like, when it comes to like any match or any title, I'll say I'm not specifically going after one title just because I don't feel like I'm going to put myself and limit myself in a box.
Of course.
I want to open up my possibilities to, if I want to get a tag team partner, I'll go after the tag team titles. And I mean, a lot of people have asked me, they say, "Well, CJ, why don't you have a title right now?" And that's simply because I don't want one. I am showing people that I don't need a belt around my waist to get a pop from the crowd. I'll do it with me. The belt.
And you even got the sound cue. You even got the pop when you said it. I love it.
And look, I am like, I'm telling you, I'm the best thing since sliced bread.
Okay. I like that about you. I like that about you.
I do stuff and not even mean to do it, and it just comes out awesome. It's like, I mean, that's just me.
So tell us, CJ, what's going on in CJ Evans' wrestling career? Where are you going to be at in the near future, man? What are the plans for CJ Evans?
I know that I had recently, a couple weeks ago, I had recently swallowed my pride, and I know that sounds hard because that was a tough pill to swallow.
Ooh, that's a big pill right there.
But I went back to a brand that's going to remain nameless, and I did a match because I was contacted by the promoter to go do. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put everything aside. I would love to come back and do a show. I would want to do it with another person. I went back and did it. Match ended up going okay. The match wasn't bad. It was just a lot of stuff was still fizzing over from the past. So I ended up, I said, look, I'm going to do this match, but I'm not doing any more for that promotion. I'm done with that promotion. So that promotion's over. I'm not doing that. But I am going to be doing this show on this Saturday with Ace for round 2. And then I know for a fact that I haven't got any bookings for November yet, but we'll see what happens. I've been trying to take a little bit of time off because I've been getting a lot of shows booked recently. So I'm going to be taking maybe like a month off just to chill out. And then on December 21st, I'm going to be going to AWC in Morganton, and I'm going to be wrestling their champion, AK, for the title. So, I mean, that's going to be definitely a big opportunity for me that I look forward to having because I want to go on to somebody else's brand on their 12-year anniversary show and just establish myself in the show. Hey, I might not have been here the last 12 years, but I didn't need to be because look at where I am now.
That's it. Joseph Edwards from Ace says, I think AK's got your number at AWC. What do you think about that?
I think that the person you're trying to reach is no longer available at this time. And hey, I'm just going to say it, like, he can have my number, but he better just make sure that he knows that it's 13 because, as you see, it's 13 because I'm unlucky, and it's going to be unlucky for him when he steps in the ring with me.
Woo! So you're going after AK. I love it, man. AK is a pretty bad, I'll just say it the way it is. AK is pretty badass, man. So you better bring the whole Evans show to bring him down.
I'll tell you what it is, man. It's not about how big you are. It's about how hard you fall. And all I have to get him is for 3 seconds. It doesn't matter whether it's a pin. It doesn't matter whether it's a submission. If he taps out, that's the same thing. I'm going to walk away with that gold and that belt around my waist. And then I'm going to establish myself. I showed up first time on your show and took your belt because I'm that good.
Woo, them are some big words. I like it, though. I like it. I like when wrestlers are up for the challenge. That means it's going to be a great match, and us fans will get the best thing we've ever seen. And I'm pretty sure you two are going to put on a huge match. It's going to be awesome, man. So you mentioned the tag teams earlier, man. If you were to pick a tag team partner, what kind of tag team partner would you pick? Who would be the quintessential tag team partner for CJ Evans?
People have asked me before, like, would I prefer working with somebody that's like a big guy and does a lot of like powerhouse stuff, or would I rather work with like a guy that's like a high flyer and can do a lot of aerial stuff? But the thing that I really come to realize is I would want somebody that's like a technical wrestler. Like, I want somebody that's really good at, like, I want to see you be able to get out of any situation. So if you want to impress me, you don't need to be able to choke slam a guy because you're 7 foot tall or because you can do a 450 quadruple splash off the top rope. I want to see you be able, if you can't dodge a simple drop kick or you can't reverse a simple finish, then I don't need you as a tag team partner. Like, I want you to be able to be good in any situation, not just, oh, well, you're great if you're on the top rope or you're great if you're on the ground. But what happens if the guy's a submission expert and he puts you in a submission? Okay, well, you need to know how to get out of it. And a technical wrestler knows. So that's what I would really look forward to, is having somebody that has that ring awareness, knowing, well, can I get to the ropes? If I can't, well, can I reverse it? I know my leg's hurting and I barely got any strength left, but do I really want to lose this match?
Okay. In the same aspect with a tag team, what about a manager? Have you ever thought about bringing on a manager?
I'll be honest. I've had thoughts in the past, only because, not that I feel like I need one, but more or less the fact that I feel like it would add so much. I mean, it would take a lot of stress off of me when it comes to like, oh, well, I'm having to get all these t-shirts sold and I'm having to get all these shows booked and I'm having to get all, it takes a lot on a celebrity being in the start, the spotlight all the time. And it would be nice to have somebody take a little bit of that weight off my back and be like, hey, you know what? I got you, Bo. Just don't worry about it. That's kind of, so I have thought about it. It just, that person would have to line up with me when it comes to like, yeah, you're great. If you can talk on a mic, that's fine. But just know that I don't need you to talk for me because I can talk myself. I just need you to be there to assist me in my day-to-day operations.
I love it, man. I love it. So you said you're not really looking for gold right now. Gold's headed your way, but you're not really looking for gold because you're looking to get your name out there and to show everybody you are the whole Evans show.
Exactly.
But man, I mean, where are you looking to go in the future? What are your future plans, man, for the whole Evans show? Do you have a goal set?
A lot of people have asked me before, do I set goals? And I know I keep saying like a lot of people have asked me, but that's just because I'm an important person. And a lot of people, they really like to, ask me all these questions like that and try to.
I'm pretty sure I'm not the only podcast you've ever been on.
I'm just saying you might not have been the only, but you're definitely my favorite so far. So I will say that.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that when it comes to that situation, man, it's like I don't like to set a lot of goals because I feel like the minute that you put a goal down is where you say, well, I'm going to stop here. I like to put a to be continued.
Okay.
Stuff. So when I say, well, if my goal is to win gold on this day, okay, well, like for example, on AWC in December, I'm going to be going against AK for the title. My goal is to win the match and my goal is to win the championship, but that's not my final goal. That's just my first step in my plan. I'm going to take the title and then take over AWC.
So I love to hear that.
This coming up Saturday, I'm going to be with Ace. I'm wrestling in that fatal four-way match. My goal is beat the first person, beat the second person, beat the third person, win the match, and establish myself and show you that I am the whole Evans show. Because every time people have doubted me, I have always came back and showed them with plenty proof that I am the whole Evans show. And if you don't believe it, you can check the replay and watch. I guarantee you'll understand.
I will tell you, I will raise my hand and say I am one of the ones that have definitely rewinded plenty of your matches and watched them again, man, because you are what you say you are, man. You are the highlight reel, the human highlight reel. Not only do you do ground and pound, not only do you do reversals and all the good stuff in the ring, but you are also top rope worthy. You've got the whole package, man. You say the whole Evans show, but when I hear that, I hear the whole package, and that's what I was looking for. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not disappointed. So anybody who comes up, and I'm gonna sound like your manager when I say this, but anybody who comes up against CJ Evans is gonna know that they've been in a fight, man, and it's good to see.
I mean, my thing is I like to hear people say that because with me, I try to. It's like I tell people all the time, and I literally was just having a conversation with somebody today. It's not always about wins and losses. It also boils down to when you look back on some of your favorite wrestling matches of all time, and I'm not specifying brand as in WWE, AEW,
right?
Impact, I'm talking about your favorite matches anywhere. You don't necessarily remember who won the match. You remember your favorite part. And I want to be that favorite part of every person's match.
There you go.
I mean, winning and losing to me, yeah, I love winning, and I do it quite often. But on the rare occasion that I lose because somebody either cheated me or because the ref wasn't paying attention or something, then yeah, I do. I still, people come up to me and say, well, you might have lost, but you still was my favorite match tonight, or you still was this was my favorite part of the whole show. So that's literally where whole Evans show originated.
Big Tat said, I think CJ's fear of me is why Ace won't bring me in. What do you say to that?
I say that I don't need a championship to get a pop from the crowd. And if I recall correctly, I beat Tat for the North American title and kept the North American title from Tat. And the only reason that he ended up getting it was when I left APW. So I don't really think that there anybody's scared of bringing anybody in.
We were just talking about this young man before the show, and look who shows up.
Oh,
Jacob says I'm everyone's favorite wrestler. So looks like you got a challenge there, my friend.
I'm just saying, just by seeing his picture and his comment, I can tell that me and him would put on a good match.
Oh my goodness, he would make a great tag team partner for you, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. And he is a technician in the ring, so he is somebody who knows how to do all those things that you were looking for. That would be a nice match, man. I would please take my money. Any promoter out there, take my money to put these two together in the ring. That would be awesome. But Big Tat has something else he wants to say. I've gotten the crowd to pop way before a belt. Don't forget where you came from. And he's got a big old muscle sign up there. So, okay.
He's right on that part. I will say that I get compared. A lot of people say that I'm cocky. I don't really count myself as cocky as much as I count myself as confident. And some people have say, like, look, they have told me, like, look, you forgot where you came from. And I'm like, you have to understand that where I started from the bottom and worked my way up. And everything that I do to be better. So if I step in the ring, I'm proving myself with every time I wrestle, with every move I hit. And I don't necessarily forget where I came from because my moves wouldn't look as good as they are without where I came from. I wouldn't be
now I have to say something as a fan and somebody who watches wrestlers and watches how you guys move around. It's not being cocky to say, hey, I was here, but now I'm here. I'm moving on to here, and before long, I'm going to be here. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Cocky, confidence, no matter what you want to call it, there's nothing wrong with moving on, from one brand to another. And who's to say that you won't come back to that brand? And like Big Tat is there. You might come back one day when Big Tat ain't looking, Big Tat holding the belt. You might be looking across to take that belt from him on down the road. You never know, man. That's what's great about independent wrestling, man. You never know who's going to show up. You never know when that big match is going to happen. And you never know when the whole Evans show is going to end up in your town. And that's what I like about it.
I tell people, I literally walked into a show last weekend and instantly nobody knew I was going to be wrestling that night. I walked into the show and was on the card, and I started wrestling. Nobody knew I was going to wrestle that night, but boy, was they sure glad they bought them tickets. They really bought them tickets. So, that's what I tell people. I say, look, you go. I don't forget where I come from. I evolve. As my career evolves, I evolve. And yes, I always know those people that I started with, but to be a better person and to be a better wrestler and to further my whole thing with professional wrestling, you have to grow, and I have to move on to different places in order to make that happen.
Let's catch up with this stuff, man. Derek said, I think your tights are spectacular.
Now, see, I think Derek is a great guy because obviously he's very intelligent and he's very observant. And I'm just saying that, when you walk out with purple and teal tights on and people instantly pay more attention to you because they're not used to seeing that. They're used to, I'm going to wear black and red, or I'm going to wear black and blue, or I'm going to wear my old tights were black and purple. But the thing is that when you set yourself aside, I tell everybody I'm different than other wrestlers. This is another reason why I'm different. So Derek, that was a very good comment, and you're a very intelligent and observant person.
Big Tat said, I'm still waiting on my next match with you. I've been asking for a while. So the whole Evans show is in demand.
I'm just saying, like, when you look at that kind of concept, you have to look at it from the point of, look at movies. You sit and wait months for a movie to come out that you want to see. So all I say is that, you're just going to wait. And eventually, if that movie is going to, debut and it's going to make its big thing in the whole theater, place, then it'll happen. But I don't, I'm not necessarily the one that makes the matches. I'm just the ones that wins them. So, I'm just saying, like, that match will have to get booked somewhere in order for it to happen, and it's going to need enough recognition in order to get it booked.
The big moniker that I always like using, coming soon. You just don't know when soon is.
To be continued.
Coming soon. That's right. To be continued. Jake Jacobs says his messages are always open if you want to make a match or if you want to be his partner. Hashtag you're welcome.
We'll be having to like shoot a few messages after this interview. I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna have to get in touch with some people. Like this is gonna be fun. I can't wait to see where this takes us.
And Big Tat said he won't try to take my belt unless he's kicking me in the groin to win because his back's against the wall. He gets scared and he takes the coward's way out. Wow, Big Tat calling you a coward, bro.
Boy, look, I tell you, like if I recall correctly, when I took that belt from him the first time, I didn't have to kick anybody in the groin. And I'm pretty sure that it was just me hooking both your arms and DDTing you to the mat. I'm pretty sure my double take is plenty enough. And I don't have to use those kind of. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't have to use any measures to win a match besides my finish.
Car Debbie wants to know if you're going to be at the December 7th show in Lumberton.
I am not currently going to be there, but even if I was, I'm not going to tell you because then it would be, even if I was going to be there, I'm not going to tell you because then you wouldn't get the special, hey, that guy is here. And I like to surprise people, man. I mean, sometimes the best surprises happen when you don't expect them. So I'm just going to say I'm going to be where I need to be at the time I need to be there, and whichever show I'm at is going to turn into the whole Evans show.
To be continued. Big Tat said, well, let's ask Angels about you using any measures. Well, I'm pretty sure that you've used many measures to win matches, whether it be Angels, whether it be, Big Tat or anyone else. You've never said that you wouldn't go all out to win a match. I've never heard you say, that you wouldn't take shortcuts. All wrestlers do that every once in a while. It's the wins and losses. And like you said, making memories that make people come back to want to see you.
And that's my whole point. I mean, this isn't about Angels. I mean, we can name drop people all day long of, well, we can talk about this person or we can talk about that person. But at the end of the day, what does the record book show? It doesn't matter what I beat such and such with. It just says that I beat such and such. And yes, I have beat Angels and I beat Tat.
And Big Tat's a champ. Why is Big Tat chasing people?
I'm telling you, man.
People should be chasing Big Tat.
I'm telling you, like when it comes to that situation, if I was worried about your belt, then I would come after it. But as I stated, I don't need a belt.
He's asking about some nut check in Moore County. I mean, he remembers thoroughly. You know what? I believe that Big Tat is one of your biggest fans. He knows moves from way back in Moore County and things like that. This guy really watches you. He is one of those that you talk about, rewind, watch again, rewind, watch again. He knows everything about you, man. That is awesome.
I will say this. So what he is referring to is that I had currently wrestled at the Moore County Fair show. And I was wrestling against Angels. And as you know, me and Angels have been having a feud for about a year. We've been going for about a year of constantly back and forth. I'd win, he'd win. I'd win, he'd win. And then I said, I want to wrestle you this last time. I'm not going to say it's the last time we're ever going to wrestle, but I'm tired of this tie. I want the tiebreaker. I want to be able to, I mean, even if it's him winning, I just want to be able to say it's done with for now. And finally, I got my match at the fairgrounds. I won the match completely fair and square. I did not use any kind of cheating measures to get at him. I never used anything against the rules to beat him. I beat him completely fair within wrestling rules, pinned him 1, 2, 3 on the mat, and then I chose to get retribution from what I had got last December, where I had received a nut shot from Angels, and I decided it was about time that, what goes around comes around, and I didn't need to use it to win the match. I used it after it was done and I'd already won.
He said, "How about you find a partner and face me and Angel Angels? Maybe you can balls up and do it." Wow, he's really calling you out, bro.
Man, he's trying hard, and see, he thinks that I need a partner to beat him. If I recall correctly, when I won that triple threat match, it was against him and Angels both. So who says I need a partner to win? You're putting me into a predicament saying I need a partner to fight you and him. That sounds to me like he wants somebody to help him, so now he has more of a chance of beating me. And no, like that's what I'm saying. Like once again, to be continued.
Coming to be continued. I love it. So let me ask you, Mr. Evans, is there anybody out there in the wrestling world that you will not wrestle that you are afraid of?
I will say there are people that I won't wrestle, but it's not because I'm afraid of them. It's because, I mean, real talk, because uncut, uncensored, real answers.
Right?
I don't wrestle people that aren't trained.
Okay.
And if it comes to, if you are a trained professional in this business, I will step in the ring with you because I will go toe-to-toe with you and I will give you 100%. But I will not go and put my body at risk for a guy who doesn't know how to do it. He's not trained to do it, because I'm not going to end up being paralyzed the rest of my life because you didn't know how to, go and, oh, well, I couldn't DDT somebody without busting their skull. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. And people get that misconception that they say, oh, well, you're just too good to wrestle. Like, no, I'll wrestle anybody as long as they are a trained professional.
Okay, I love that answer, but I have to put this up here. Somebody else has been listening to Mr. Tat talk about him and Angels, and he's volunteering to be your tag team partner. Check this out.
Oh, my Lord.
Cade Seidel said, "I'll tag with you against Tat and Angels." There you go. Look at that.
I'm just saying, if that match gets booked, you might as well just go ahead and call it quits for Tat and Angels. Because I'm just going to tell you that Cade has been my mentor for months. And he has trained me in so many ways on so many things to do. And he's actually the one that I wrestled against on the last A show. And he's the one that beat me. But we'll say that, that would definitely, like, I have tagged with Cade in the past, and all I can say is I had an absolute blast doing it. So if that ever happens and that match actually was to get booked, then that's going to be, I'm not even just going to say crazy. That match is going to be like epic. That's going to be like best.
Big Tat said, "Cade, pull your strings and ace and make it happen." Well, I'll tell you what, Big Tat, why don't you throw your belt in the mix and have it happen at APW, man? Why can't it go the other way? Why can't you have them come to you? You're the champion, man. I mean, put the belt on the line somewhere in here. You know what I'm saying? Make it worth their while to come, man. A 2-on-2 to me just ain't good enough. I don't know about you. I mean, I'm acting again like a manager, but I don't see it happening unless you put something on the line. Put that belt on the line and then come at these guys. Baron Bullard could book it at WWP, so it's neutral territory. There you go. See? There you go. Cade said they'll have it at a neutral site. 2-on-2. Somebody book it. Let's get it. Let's get it going, man. I love this, man. We're booking a match on #Truth. How much better can you get, man?
You're basically like, your podcast is literally like a dating site. Just make
a dating site for wrestling matches. I love it. I love it.
Like, oh, you want to get booked on another promotion? Come to #Truth. We'll set you up.
I love it, man. Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. As long as the views are coming in, I will take it. And look at this. All 4 have now rung in. Angel says, let's make this happen.
Like this is a high school reunion. I
Right?
feel like it's a high school reunion. It's like, this is literally like a high school reunion all over again.
Everybody chiming in they want. But you know what? You know what the big thing about this is, CJ? They all want the whole Evans show to be there. They know without the whole Evans show, this ain't going to happen.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I am definitely one of the main parts in this mix when it comes to this situation. Anytime you do stuff like that, man, like it's got to have me. Otherwise, it's just not going to be that quality you want.
Angel says, I've been hearing my name too much. Let's make the match. Hey, I'm with you, Angel. Anywhere, anytime. Somebody book it.
Speaking of Angels, man, the last time that I stepped in the ring with him, I will say this. He has definitely been getting really religious. Like, he's been doing a lot of stuff with his church, and like with his, as a person, I'll say this, as a wrestler, yeah, he deserved it. But as a person, I'll say that he is definitely a great person when it comes to, he's getting closer to God, and I can see it in his wrestling because you can just tell that he's like getting better in his spirit. So I agree with that.
Hashtag truth equals wrestlersonly.com. That's great, Jeremy. I love it. That's great. Big Tat says, I'm ready to cancel the whole Evans show because it's all talk. If I remember right, last weekend at WWP, when CJ came out, you could hear a pin drop in the building. Just saying. Uh-oh.
He is exactly right. And once again, I will explain why. Yes, you could hear a pin drop because it is the exact same pin drop that you hear when somebody you didn't expect to come out at the Royal Rumble comes out. Oh, he's back. Pause for like 5 seconds. For all those with the benefit of flash photography, take a picture. Oh, now here I am. Take my picture. You could hear a pin drop for about the first 15 seconds.
The jaws were dropped. That's why you can't do anything when your jaw's on the floor.
I'm just saying. Once again, first match on the card. I came out first person through the curtains. They're all like, is it really him? Oh my God, it's CJ Evans.
Right.
That's why you could hear a pin drop. Because they were trying to recollect, like, is this really happening? I can't believe this is really happening.
Angel says, CJ, I owe you one knee of angels. This is the whole Angels show.
Well,
see, they even got to imitate. See, imitation is the finest form of flattery. So,
I mean, I'm just saying, like, often imitated, never duplicated.
There you go, man. That's what
I've heard both of those drop the whole Evans show reference in their comments. And
They did. That's why I come back to, without the whole Evans show in this match, it's just not a match.
Yeah, because then you're just having the show. Like,
that's right.
That's nowhere near as fun to say, nor as fun to watch.
Do they yawn when people surprise enter the Rumble too? I've never yawned at a surprise entrance at a Rumble. Are you kidding me?
But they did yawn when he won the title. I was in the crowd like, oh, it's finally over? Oh, okay. That's great. Like, we could have done this like 10 minutes ago. Okay. All right.
Wow. But I do have to say one thing about Big Tat, man. I want to congratulate him. He's back into doing tattoos. He's back into doing his thing, man. I do want to congratulate. This is a serious congratulations, man. I'm glad to see you're doing what you were meant to put up to be put on earth to do, man. And more power to you with that. I hope a lot of people get tatted up. If you need a tattoo, man, come to this guy, Big Tat. He does know what he's doing. I've seen some of his tattoos firsthand. They are awesome.
I will say that as well. Tat is very talented when it comes to his art. Yes. And I will say that, all jokes aside and everything, everything off the record about it.
Right.
Tat is a good tattoo artist. He's a good artist. And I feel like that he could go a long ways with that.
He is, and he's set and ready to go, man. If you don't believe me, go on Justin Ard's Facebook page, and you will see where he's at and where he's located and where you can go get one of the best tattoos you'll ever have on your body, man. Trust you me. But speaking of, he's just not going to let this die, man. Let's see. Video footage says brother. Says different. Okay, he says different. Video footage says different. And he says he does appreciate us. No problem, man. Anytime, man. You keep doing your thing, man. Congratulations with the championship. Congratulations with your with getting your license to tattoo again. And trust me, I might be coming to see you, man. I need a good Bucks tattoo right over here on the other arm where I've got my Brewers one over here. I want my Bucks one over here. So I might be coming to see you about that.
Yeah.
Man, okay. Again, you are going to be at round 2 this Saturday in a 4-way elimination match. Let me explain the rules to this again. It's not a fatal 4-way. It's a 4-way elimination match. You go against 3 other victims. I'll call them victims because they are going to get pinned 1, 2, 3. When you get beat, when you get pinned or submitted, you are eliminated from the match. It goes from a 4-way to a 3-way dance down to a 1-on-1. And then whoever wins between them two is the winner. I'm pretty sure CJ Evans, the whole Evans show, will be in that last match without a doubt. You're gonna want to come out to round 2, man. It's gonna be in Rayford, North Carolina, this Saturday night. You're not gonna want to miss it, and you're definitely not gonna want to miss CJ Evans there, because if you do, word of mouth's gonna get around, and you're gonna be very, very disappointed.
I'm just gonna tell you, like, last month when I was in Rayford and I did that first match, like, I can tell you right off the bat, there is nothing else there to do besides come and watch me wrestle. So you might as well, like, it's a Saturday night, you might as well show up, because otherwise you're going to be disappointed that you missed this show, and then you're going to be hitting me up on my inbox saying, well, when's the footage going to be posted? It's like, well, you could have seen it live and it would have been way better. But I mean, yeah, if you want to wait another 2 or 3 weeks to see when the footage finally gets posted and gets uploaded, then yeah, you can wait. But why? I mean, you don't want to hear about what happened before you get to see it. You want all of it at the same time. So show up.
There you go. Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Well, we have reached the part of the show, the segment that everybody loves. Let me throw it up on the screen. We have reached name drop. I'm going to give Mr. CJ Evans 5 names. He's going to shoot. He's going to say bad, good, foe, ugly, friend, whatever. He's going to give us a story, whatever he feels necessary. The first name on the list, Joseph Edwards.
Joe is definitely one of I'm going to say different. Like, he's not your normal guy when it comes to anything he does. He puts in his heart and soul in everything he does. And all jokes aside, Joe is a great guy, and Ace would not be the place that it is without him. And so I definitely, if I had to say a word for Joe, it's different, because he's not your normal promoter. He's not your normal, even though he's part of Ace, Ace wouldn't be the same without him. So different for him, hands down different.
He is a good friend of mine, and I refer to him as a lovable nerd, because that's exactly what he is, brother. That's exactly. He knows everything about anything, man. That is the truth.
The useless knowledge that comes out, it's just like, I'm like, really? Like, you know that? Like, you could ask a question like, why are M&Ms different colors even though they all got the same flavor? And he'd be like, well, because blah, 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 blah.
He's one of them game show friends that you're like, why aren't you on a game show?
And he's got the skills for it, because literally he could do it.
Right, without a doubt, man. I love him to death, man. And congratulations on Ace and everything going forward, Joe. Number 2 on the list, Mark Hazard.
Mark Hazard. We have never shared the ring together, but I have always wanted to. And I will have my opportunity this Saturday on October 19th in that 4-way match. And just know that out of all 3 of those opponents, you're definitely one of the ones that I'm looking at the most, because you have this different vibe about you, where I'm going to say his word is infection. Like, he's this parasite that is leeching on to Ace, and he is trying to steal the life out of every performer on the brand. But the thing is that you got to understand, because it's my show, and it's the whole Evans show, if you're stealing the life out of those, you're stealing the life out of me. I can't allow that to happen. So even though you're very talented in the ring and what you do in and out of the ring, you will have to be, if I have to bring a can of Raid in there to get this parasite out, it's going to happen. So infection is his word. Hello?
Am I
Yeah,
back?
you're kind of. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Wait for it.
I think it's playing catch up.
Wait for it. Are you there? Son,
I can hear
you got
now.
me?
I can hear you.
You can hear me. Okay, let's try this again. Name number 3. If you can't hear me, let me know.
I can hear bits and pieces. I heard you say name number 3. It says the internet's fine. Come here and look at this picture.
First,
Oh. Never mind, it went away. Oh, wait, there it is. Okay.
can you see me?
I can see you now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, we'll end the show like this then. Maybe we can get through it without any more interruptions. Name number 3 on the list, God of War AK.
I'm going to say perseverant because I see what you're doing, AK. I do. I see the struggles you go through and the motivation that you have, but you have to understand that even when you go down to Greek mythology, that's all it is mythology. And you can call yourself the god of war, but at the end of the day, you're going to have to prove it when you step in the ring with me. So perseverant, yes, you are definitely that all the way, but you have to step up to my level. And if we have to take this up to Olympus ourselves or down to Hades, I'm sure we will, and I'm sure we can. But just be ready. Be ready.
I love it. I love it. Name number 4, Cade Seidel.
Ooh, that one's hard because, like, I feel like out of all, like, friend or foe, I'd have to say with Cade, I would have to say teacher. Because despite everything that went on with, like, Cade and mine's, like, our whole rivalry, I'm still going to say teacher because I never stopped learning lessons from Cade. And even in that last match, he taught me one last lesson, and that was don't underestimate anybody. That doesn't mean if it's an old dog that just needs to be put down or if it's a new guy that just stepped foot in the ring for the first time. Don't underestimate anybody. So teacher, definitely a teacher.
There you go. And name number 5, he's been on here. He's still watching. I want to see what you got to say. Angels.
Angels, all I'm going to say is with everything that's been said and everything that has been talked about in this interview involving you, I'm going to say your word is saint. Because out of everything, you still put forth the effort to try to be a good guy, and you try to show everybody, well, I made mistakes in my life, but I've been redeemed from them. My sins have been forgiven. And I know you're doing the whole religious thing. I know that you're getting closer to God, and that's great. But just know that if you step foot in the ring with me again, which I really hope we do, and I look forward to, just know that prayer works both ways. You can be thankful when stuff's going your way, but you can also say, Lord, I see what you did, and it just wasn't meant for me to win that match against CJ Evans because the whole Evans show won it. Again and again.
Thank you for the lesson and the butt kicking I have just received, right?
You can turn the other cheek and walk the other way.
There you go. All right, CJ, man, I appreciate you being on #Truth. It's always a pleasure when you come on, man. I know you're going to be at Ace this Saturday, and coming the 21st of next month, you will be at AWC fighting AK for that championship, man. I can't wait to see those matches, brother. And you know you're invited back to # anytime you feel necessary to come on and talk about anybody.
Hey, I will definitely take that opportunity because I love being on here, and I will use this as anytime that I have a chance to. I always try to do a follow-up with you before the next match, so that way you can kind of get a replay of what went down and then see, oh, well, this is where he is, this is where he's going. So I definitely will be back. This is, it's like we've said it before, we're going to say it again. To be continued, and I can't wait for the sequel, man. I just can't.
Because there you go. Without a doubt, man.
So much.
All right, guys. That is Mr. CJ Evans, the whole Evans show. You will be able to see him this Saturday night at Ace in a 4-way elimination match. Not a fatal 4-way. It's a 4-way elimination match. So the whole Evans show is here. In just a few minutes, we're going to start up the Thursday night SmackDown. So you guys be ready for the second show tonight. You're getting 2 shows for the price of 1. Mr. CJ Evans, again, thank you very much. And if you guys don't know that CJ is the whole Evans show and that he is the human highlight reel, you better get with it because that is the #truth. We'll see you guys in just a few minutes for the Thursday night Slapdown.